Hello, Ira Sewer here. Hope you're all well. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. So, Star Trek, 50 years old. God bless it. 50 years since Star Trek first hit the airwaves. And rather than talking about cultural impact of Star Trek and the whole thing of uniting all races, whatever, I'm just going to talk more about kind of the personal influences had, the personal love I have for Star Trek. Now, I actually remember my first exposure to Star Trek was the original series. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I remember it was shown here in Ireland on Sky One, and I remember my dad would record it. And the first episode was, I think it was actually the first episode of Star Trek. It was when, before the pilot. It was the episode where, that weird creature that would like touch your face and then it could copy you. It was that one, and I just remember like that scene where Sulu was in this he was working on some plant, and the guy copied the Officer Green, and he was very kind of feminine looking. I just remember that, and since then I just love Star Trek. I constantly watch it, loved it, and it's amazing that it's still with me. Like, I can remember so many moments. Like, I remember recording the Best of Both Worlds, parts 1 and 2, and I would watch it over and over and over again during the summer. I had my small TV on like a dresser, and I would just watch it every single night, where I knew it off by heart, but I still loved watching it. And I miss those days. I miss when I had like just a passion for it. Now, I never got crazy with Star Trek. Never did conventions, never dressed up, but I would like buy models of the ships. I even collected for a while the magazine that's currently out, the Star Trek Starship Collection, where I have a couple of those models at my parents' house. And it is something that, it's one of the few things that I grew up watching that I'm still big and passionate about. I watched every episode of every show, can't wait for the new show, Star Trek Discovery, seeing all the movies, blah blah blah. And on a side note, as much as I love like Kirk, Kirk, McCoy, Scotty, all those characters, I would love to have seen how the show would have turned out had it got picked up originally, where you had Captain Pike, played by Jeffrey Hunter. Now, granted, the show probably wouldn't last that long. I think Jeffrey Hunter died of cancer like 3 years later, probably. So it wouldn't last that long, but I would love to have seen him, the doctor, the pilot, the helmsman, who was like, typical 60s actor. He just had that face where, like, yeah, I've probably seen him in a million things, or it's probably like different actors that look the exact same. But whatever, I miss that. I mean, I love Kirk and whatever. And I love watching the pilot as well, like noticing those little things, like when they've been down to the planet, Spock is like limping because Leonard Nimoy obviously hurt his leg. Or my favourite scene ever in that pilot was Spock's reaction, where they're on the transporter beam. It's after Pike got kidnapped. It's Spock, the other officer, number one, and the helmsman, who's a woman, and they beam down, but only number one and the helmsman beam down. And Spock's immediate reaction was, "The women!" I absolutely love that. So like, kind of what things were back then. It's like the women. But anyway, just a nice little memory. Well, anyway, I'm yammering on. Star Trek, happy birthday, and I'm sure like everyone else, so yeah, happy birthday, Star Trek, and I probably won't be alive for, although I might be alive for 100. Hopefully, I'll be 81, so hopefully I'll make it to 100 years of Star Trek, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Like this video, like, subscribe, So until next time, tomorrow, I say to y'all, have a good one.